also a volleyball legend in herself playing.
Yep, American Olympian and a broadcaster in the 2024 Olympics as well, as Kaya Gordon, the NJCAA transfer from Navarro College, gets us off and running on this Friday night.
And that's perfect. That's what Gordon really wants to look to do. She's, has a power swing, but she's also going to switch up her shots a little bit, keep Notre Dame on their toes.
Gordon, who had 18 kills at Syracuse, part of this late surge to finish the season for Clemson, who were 0-9 a few weeks ago. And right off the bat, Morgan Gardy, the sophomore from Indiana, she has 20 or more kills in 4 of her last 8.
She truly is incredible, and you just look at her on that outside pin, and she's big, she's got that heavy arm, and it's something that Clemson's really going to need to work on defensively.
And then you talk about the Irish two middles as Anna Bjork serves with Grace Langer at the net, both averaging over a block a set. Out to Gordon, looking for a touch and getting one, as one of the line judges signaled to Dwayne Holben up top. Gordon must have gotten a fingertip.
Yeah, and I think she's looking for that. She's, not the tallest hitter out here on the court tonight, so she's really, taking a chance and wanting to swing those high hands and get a tool.
We're looking at the 6'3" Grace Langer up there, the sophomore middle, as Catherine Sant, another sophomore, serves. Out to Gardy, picked up by McKenna Gildon, the junior libero out of Texas. Bailey Dockery just making her 4th start as Notre Dame's Bro, able to help out on the assist out to Gardy.
Really great adjustment by Gildon there. She kind of shifted over and took a big step in, waiting for that heavy attack from Gardy. And I love that Gardy just switched it up that next one and just right in the donut spot.
So now we see the return of Harmony Sample, who was injured October 24th at North Carolina. And so Sample is capable of running that 5-1 offense, but Notre Dame has one of the most highly recruited players in Maya Baker, so we'll see the freshman from California cycle in as well.
Yeah, and it's so fun watching Baker as a freshman just kind of, running the court. It's a transition going from high school to college, the speed of the game and everything. So I'll be interested to see how Rockwell uses them both right here in this match now that Sample's back.
Gardy over to the right side, handled by the server in Claire Luma. And Mia Moore's first swing is a soft one. Outside to Lucy Trump, the senior right side, who swings over the left side, gets stuffed by Nil Okur.
And Okur, this is why she's on the Clemson team. The way they close out this block, and they're turning their entire body back in the court to make sure that ball's going down. That's a textbook blocking right there.
Now Notre Dame will be without Sydney Helmers, who didn't make the trip, averaging almost 3 kills a set, trying to replace that value. And Trump gets right back on the wagon, picks up the side out 4-3.
Yeah, and that's what you need to do if you're Notre Dame right now. You've got to be able to, Clemson does put up a strong block, but you got to start off challenging that block and really make them, think, especially the speed of them closing out.
Lucy Trump, who had been replaced over on that right side, works her way back into the starting lineup here tonight. That's a terrific pass by Gildon, as Mia McGrath's first swing is a tip. To Gardy, who flies out of the back row. Back to McGrath, another one of the seniors will be celebrating on Sunday here against Louisville at 1 o'clock, as Nil Okur says, what about me? I'm a senior.
Yeah, she wants some more of that right there. And I love her energy, especially when she puts that stuff block down. I mean, look right here, they're going such quick pace, and she's already up in the air tracking her middle hitter. Great job.
Michigan State transfer gets the solo stuff on Langer. Good feed out there by Avery Ross, who gets the start as well today, coming off the bench. And yet a back row attack gets called against Sample coming out of that back row. And now she had been playing part of a 6-2, so it's got to, I guess, settle in for her to be playing front and back.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be kind of like a mental shift and just getting used to being where she's at on the court.
It's served by Dockery. Quick set over to the Texas Tech transfer in Kate Hansen. Now Avery Ross's first swing. Her first start since non-con play as Ross picks up the touch. And then the second touch is pure from Sample. Notre Dame ties it up at 5.
That is such a high IQ play right there. You get 2 blocks back-to-back by Clemson, and you've got the next one needs to be something off speed. You need to take them off balance, and that's exactly what she did.
to Moore. Tried the sharpest of angles, but it's wide. This is kind of what we saw last week. Georgia Tech fell behind early against Clemson, started getting into their own right. Now we're seeing Notre Dame find a groove.
That's right. And, I love that swing by Mia Moore. I want her to continue to swing. Sometimes she gets a little hesitant if she misses the first couple. So I really want to see her stay aggressive.
Tight to the net feed to McGrath. Recycled by Ross. Popped over on 2 by Sample. Notre Dame, one of the best blocking teams in the ACC with over 2.5 a set. 5th in the conference. 3 block form stuffs in this point. Make it 4, but resilient defense by Clemson keeps it alive. There's a wise decision from McGrath, isn't it?
I love that, and that's senior McGrath right there. That's such a heads-up play. She's able to recognize that Notre Dame's just kind of a little bit out of system defensively. She's creeping up, and she's throwing that ball right to the line. Not even a hard shot, but just enough to make them move.
It was McGrath's 3rd swing of the point. Now a short serve from Addie Raines, another utility defender. As McGrath skies for the rejection and gives Clemson the lead again.
McGrath wanted to get in on this block party, and we welcome her. I love to see just battles at the net between these two teams. I think we're in for a fun one, Daniel.
Notre Dame swept Clemson at home in their lone match last season, and the Irish won both in 2023. As this back row attack gets a touch, and we're back tied at 7.
I love watching Gardy swing out of the back row, that little big set right there. I mean, it's almost like she's a front row attacker, the amount of power that she has in the lane.
Brings in Lucy Trump, the senior from Kentucky, to serve. So Avery Ross in the front row. She's only 5'9". Something to keep an eye on the left side. Harmony Sample 5'11" on the right. And Ross shows her senior creativity on that one.
I like that. Coach Rockwell talked a lot about her earlier, too, that she's just one of those players, that great leader, especially off the court, and for her to, get this chance right now today and really stand out.
Ross, who had only 4 sets coming into today, 11 kills in her only start against East Texas A&M. McGrath keeps pounding into that block. There's Ross, Muncie kid, for those familiar with the Indiana volleyball scene, as Hansen off 1 foot finds the corner.
That's a great swing. I think Clemson needs to continue to attack that cross court against Notre Dame, because you've got, the setters there, and they're kind of shifting, transitioning off the net, not as quickly, and I think that's the spot you need to go to.
Now, Regina, if Mia McGrath has a strong finish to her year, she can get to 1,000 kills. She's about 55 away. Clemson has a wicked finish to their season. Having a take on number 7 Louisville on Sunday, as Hansen gets a little help from the tape. A little don't mind if I do there for her 3rd kill.
Hey, yeah, a little bit of tape roll action. I'm good with that. A point's a point. And I hope McGrath hits that career 1,000.
Yeah, she entered tonight with 930.
Yeah, she's on her way.
So a couple big matches this weekend. Might see it there as Gordon can't put away the overpass. Ross gets stuffed by Hansen and Sands for the 4th block already for Clemson.
It's incredible. Dino, starting the season off, Clemson was so strong blocking. I felt like they let up a little bit, and now this aggressiveness, look at the way they're closing out their block. They're putting up a wall.
It's a 3-0 run behind McGrath's serve. Gordon gears up, handled by Gardy. Another overpass that's softly slapped. Back to Ross. She cannot get it over the block. Oh, and miscommunication gives Clemson a 4-0 spurt.
Oh, man, that's a tough one to end on. But Clemson, they're a blocking force right now. But they've got to be ready defensively, because if I'm Notre Dame, I'm switching up my shots right here. I'm not going to keep getting blocked. I'm going to look for high hands, roll shots.
I mentioned it in our open. Notre Dame's going to keep us on our toes with their subs, as now Mia McGrath generates another point with the ace.
And all smiles for Clemson right there.
Timeout, Notre Dame. The Tigers are more blocks 3 times in ACC play, and they have wins in 2 of them, so no coincidence there. Led by their defense as Gardy looks to turn things around. Gildon feeds, Sant out to Gordon. It's a 6-0 spurt for the hosts.
And Gordon, she's coming out with that fly high swing. I love watching her swing. To me, I think every ball she's looking just to terminate, and I love an outside hitter like that. That deep cross court, right to the libero, and couldn't handle it.
And Regina, once Kaya Gordon got the starting nod, Clemson went on a run. They won 3 straight here 2 weeks ago. Ran into a buzzsaw in the rivals Georgia Tech, as now this will bounce up against the candy cane, out of bounds. Clemson 15-8 lead. Check that, 14-8.
And I love, what you just said about Gordon. Like when she got that start, I think a lot of it's just the energy that she's bringing right now. She's not afraid to swing hard and make a mistake. She's able to adjust when necessary.
Now a shank pass gives a free ball to the Tigers. Hansen on the slide, Gardy is there. Stuck in this rotation, the Irish desperate for a side out, and they're not getting it here. Kate Hansen already with 5 points.
Clemson's defense right now has really made all the difference. You see that Raines is shifting over now to cover those tips and kind of dump shots. They're able to give Sant the ball where she needs it, and this is where Clemson's offense thrives.
Just 1 attack error this set for Clemson, something they've struggled with this topsy-turvy season as McGrath fires her 8th consecutive serve. Gildon. This is going to be tight to the net, but a great touch by Hansen. Raines runs it down. Is this going to be a 3rd touch? Yes. Sample on the slide. That lands out of bounds. Anna Bjork gets Notre Dame out of the 8-0 run.
Hey, and I love that. Gordon, she was ready for that ball, but fantastic swing. Look at that slide approach. She notices that Gordon's floating over. She's able to just swing right into the hands and kind of hope that ball lands out. I love a good slide attack like that, too. That is just textbook by Notre Dame.
The Irish able to get some fresh faces in, including the freshman opposite Chichi Naji at 6'4" over on the right side. She'll be tested by Gordon, who tips over beautifully. It's kept alive by Dockery and terminated by Gardy. Wow.
Dockery, what a sliding save right there. I think Clemson was thinking maybe it hit the floor, but looks like she got up under that and she saved it for Notre Dame.
Yeah, Coach Jackie Simpson-Keir looked at her libero specialist, Taylor Unrow, and did not give the C signal, and now on a poor serve-receive pass, terminated quickly. Now Clemson needs a timeout, and this is the... As we will be excited to see Wagner lace him back up next season, just a junior. Another one of those Indiana kids. As Hansen is blocked coming out of the timeout. A Gardy party on D up there.
Gardy, she's ready for that. She's kind of just like a glue to the net. She's wanting to block everything, and I absolutely love it.
Nearly a block per set, a dig per set as well for Gardy, who averages over 4 kills per game. And a great cover by Gildon. But then the block is secured. Naji made sure to glue out the corner.
Naji. And I love that Notre Dame, maybe they wanted us to talk more about their blocking instead of Clemson right now. But you look at that, they're doing such a great job closing out, pressing over, and Clemson can't really do much.
Bjork up there, surveying on D. Sant elects a little bit of creativity with the dump, and that gets him out of the 4-0 run.
Yeah, absolutely. And if I'm a defensive player and my team's been blocked a few times, I'm going to be ready for something tricky from the other team at this point. So I think right now, Notre Dame and Clemson, they both kind of have each other on their toes.
And of course, still so early in the set, and that's where a coach's timeout, like we saw from Rockwell, used it, 11, 12, 8, something like that.
Yeah.
Really started to settle down, I'm sure, her young student athletes. And now a 2-point set as Langer sets into the front row and Bjork serves. Gordon flings one to the corner and beats the defense of Alexander.
Smart and good listen out from her team. I hear, Clemson does a lot of talking. They like to tell their hitters where to take the ball, and I hear line, 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 and she immediately adjusts and just throws the ball line.
So that'll get Clemson into another point-scoring rotation. Moore up at the net with Gordon and Okur. Gardy popped up by Gildon, a tremendous dig. It's been a great set for this junior libero. Moore right into the waiting freshman Baker. So Maya Baker out there setting in this rotation for Notre Dame, and she'll pick up a dig on that transition point. Back to a 2-point set for Najee.
Yeah, and Baker, she did a good job kind of readjusting defensively, and now they're starting to take away that cross shot from Mia Moore. So she's going to have to look at something different offensively right now. It's a great pickup.
So for those keeping track, Baker and Najee now tied together. They'll come out for Trump and Sample in that full 6-2 offense as this is blasted long, and the Tigers lead 18-15. It's been a season of what-ifs for these two teams. Notre Dame led Pitt 2-0 and UNC on the road 2-0. Reverse swept in both of them. And Clemson, they took a set against the highest-ranking team in program history with that first set win against Stanford last month. Had 3 set points to take a 2-1 lead, but the Cardinal edged them out in 4. So these two teams have been close to big upsets. And you can see why. Gardy, who set a program record with 34 kills in non-con play.
I mean, Gardy just made that look too easy right there. The middle, the setter did such a great job of getting the middle to go up and stick with her. Of course, she's, staying with her attacker, which she should, and that just left, a one-on-one that Gardy's going to win every time.
A high topspin serve handled by Gildon. And you know what? Mia Moore just took advantage of Gardy's lack of D.
Absolutely, and Gildon, my goodness, what a serve-receive pass. I mean, look at that. Perfect, literally into Sant's hands. Back to Mia Moore, and I mean, that should be a highlight reel over and over again.
Remember, Ross getting the start, just 5'9" on the left pin. Here she is with the swing, and she's roofed. The 6th block of the set, Hansen and Moore.
Yeah, so tough out there being, a smaller pin hitter. But you're blocking, you're hitting against Hansen and Moore right here, and that's going to be tough.
Clemson's playing up for this crowd. This might be the largest crowd I have seen this season for a Tigers match.
Oh, absolutely.
Moore down the line, does not get a touch. Coach Keir considers a quick challenge, but you only get 2 the entire match. She'll hold on to it here at 2017.
Yeah, when you're up at this point, I kind of want to pocket that challenge too. Just kind of see how this next point plays out.
We've got a pair of All-American setters leading these two teams, and Keir for Wisconsin, Salima Rockwell for Penn State. Luma sets up McGrath. She has just 1 kill this set, does Mia. And that was a tee for Anna Bjork, the sophomore from Oconomowoc, Wisconsin.
Bjork, I'm impressed that you were able to pronounce all of that.
I've been preparing all week for that one, Regina.
I love Bjork, how she's just up in the air with that ball and the setter and just able to, right on the line.
Moore comes out of the middle. The DJ didn't realize the point was still going. Clemson gets the point on miscommunication. And Notre Dame's associate head coach, Craig Dyer, is not happy about that.
Yeah, that's something that,
home court advantage?
Yeah, it was not planned intentionally. However, it definitely is a distraction.
And right on cue, DJ Shaw's gonna sling some tunes, but Wade Brents is getting an earful from the veteran in Salima Rockwell right now. He's communicating with Dwayne Holben, the up judge, and they will not redo this point. I am a bit surprised.
I am too, and I'm not up to date on the rule book currently, if there is something about inadvertent actions.
Either way, an overpass off the serve, not what Notre Dame needed there, but soft pedaling by Hansen gives a chance as Ross pops it over on 3. Right back to Kate Hansen. How's that? for hang time. She's got 4 kills, 3 blocks in the set.
And what an adjustment by Hansen. My goodness, going in for something a little bit different. It looks like she's going in for
0-9 start to ACC play, so that's a testament to the community and what Coach Keir has built here. And home football weekends don't hurt either.
That's
Hansen,
right.
cross court. This time Dockery reads it. Ross, great cover on her own rejection. The system to Ross. Oh, Gildon popped that out of play, and it'll fall on Clemson's side. Notre Dame felt like they were digging out of a hole that point.
They really were. And you know, I love when a smaller attacker gets the ball further off the net. They're able to use the angles better. They're not getting, you know, stuck so close against the big block. And right there, that just proved how Ross was able to just make a better shot.
Trump, laser beam serve, nearly brushes the hair of Luma, but she avoids it. Tigers 2 points away from this pivotal opening set.
Yeah, very good watch by Luma right there, because if I'm back there, I might have passed that ball with the speed that it's going and the movement that it had.
Great set so far from Catherine Sant, who you saw there a moment ago. 9 assists, 2 blocks, and a kill. Nearly an ace from McGrath. Set up for Sant. Right into the campfire, picked up nicely by Maya Evans. Out to Gordon. She gears up with her whole body and misses wide on that prime opportunity.
I do love that shot by Gordon, though. I like that she's aiming kind of deeper corners. Notre Dame tends to suck their defense in just a little bit more. Probably trying to be ready for that off-speed shot, and her able to attack that corner. I like that shot.
Now, Coach Rockwell was giving Gardy an opportunity to rest. She has now cycled into the front row, so this is pivotal here for Notre Dame as the joust won by Sant. And set points are lined up for her Tigers.
Look at that. She's pumped up to the strength of the joust.
Now, last season, Regina, Catherine lost to her sister Ella in this matchup. She's trying to get the upper hand against Ella's alma mater.
I love that. A little bit of hang time, too, by Sant. Look at that.
Deep float serve here on set point, out to Naji. That's long. Clemson starts strong and finishes with a resounding 25-20 opening set. Few sets roll out here tonight with McGrath serving to start the second. Something tells me we're gonna see a big Morgan Gardy set. She'll start it with a dominant swing off the platform of Gildon, who had 8 digs in the first.
Yeah, Gildon was incredible. And, you know, she's doing a great read on Gardy, but let's be honest, the amount of power that Gardy's putting behind the ball, I don't care where you are, if you're set up, it's going to be really hard to control.
6 kills on 13 swings for Gardy. It's a good serve by Bjork. Langer into the front row with Naji, and it's a touch by Langer, and it will become 4 touches as Grace Langer, the sophomore from Colorado, top 15 in the ACC with over a block per set. And these two middles just quietly one of the best combos in the conference.
They really are, and I think, I mean, it shows right here tonight, and I love watching the battle, too.
Tipped by Gordon right into the waiting arms of Lily Fenton, who's the 3rd setter on this Notre Dame team. She'll cycle in as Naji does not get a touch on that swing, misses long. Clemson gets on the board here, 2-1.
Yeah, and that was almost a great watch by Clemson. Their block timing was a little bit off. I think they got lucky on that. Otherwise, I think that would have been a strong touch kill by Naji.
Now, Lily Fenton, the junior from outside Pittsburgh, has been starting the last few weeks without Harmony Sample, and she's played pretty well. Took over October 29th against Louisville. Described as a gritty, tough, exactly what you'd hear from someone outside of Pittsburgh.
Yeah, and I think that's the kind of player you need on your team, and that grittiness, and just kind of do whatever to best impact the team's ability to win.
There's a give and go with Gardy, and they just showed Mia McGrath. You wonder, McGrath from that Chicagoland area, how much intersection has there been with some of these Midwestern kids, and the Clemson side has a few of them as well, kind of in high school and club ball.
Oh, absolutely. They're just a tight-knit. I mean, and they're coming from, you know, some of the top clubs in that area anyway. So either they're playing with each other or against each other almost on a regular basis, especially, you know, the big qualifier events that are up there.
about this. A third kill for Sant. She's from the Illinois area. Addie Raines, who fed it to her, is from Indiana. So a lot of these Midwest connections.
Oh, yeah, and look at Sant right here. She goes up. She recognizes that it's close. She could have saved that ball and set it, but I like the decision that she made to just go over with it and be strong.
Sant was a part of that service run that spanned 8 points, but it'll end here on a net violation by Kaya Gordon as Lucy Trump picks up her second kill, and we're tied no longer 4-3.
And right here, if I'm Clemson, you know, I need a quick side out, and I want to keep Gardy in the back row as much as possible. This is probably Clemson's best rotation. It's where they went on this big run.
More cycling in as now May Cordes is into the left side, replacing Ross. And as you mentioned, first ball side out is every volleyball fan's dream phrase.
Absolutely, and you know, McGrath, she just handled that service seat pass right there, set it up perfectly, and Kaya Gordon, she's just able to hit that deep zone 5 corner. That's really hard to defend, especially at this level, because you do have a blocker slowing down that ball.
And now Maya Baker is setting for Notre Dame, so we have cycled through 3 setters and 6 pin hitters, just like Coach Rockwell promised. Keeping us on our toes. Gardy, how does she tip it from the back row to not even get to the back row D? Wow.
It's insane. It's insane. Just watching her and just that little bit set. You know, it's not even something crazy. She's able to cross body right there. And I mean, it's like she's a front row attacker back there.
And Luma's in a great spot.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Clemson's defense, they're ready for it, but it's hard to handle.
Baker tips, handled by Trump. Out to Cordes. Straight down from Oker.
You know, of course, she just has such great eye visibility when it comes to what an attacker is going to do, and she kind of changes her block a little bit. She was able to just kind of go up a little bit later, hang, and wait for that ball.
Gildon at the service line, tied at 5. Baker, the freshman, out to Trump, who swipes it wide. Now Maya Baker, part of the USA Volleyball National Team developmental program, but as a freshman, you're always going to have those growing pains.
Absolutely. I mean, we talked about this earlier, Danielle. The speed of the game is just so different. And you're just, you know, you're learning new leagues, you're learning just new paces on the game, and it just takes an adjustment period.
Feed by Gildon, but Moore is looking for something heroic there down the line. And
yeah,
misses.
absolutely. I think Moore, she kind of started her approach a little bit sooner. I love the set out there by Gildon, but just really hard for Mia Moore to just stay behind the ball.
Moore has struggled to start the night. 1 kill on 8 swings. 1 for 11 for McGrath, which is a testament to how strong the defense was in that opening set for Clemson. As the overpass put down by Cordes, a freshman from Southern California.
Cordes, way to stay on the net, you know, waiting for the overpass before you kind of get, you know, antsy and ready to transition out.
Moore got close to that 3-meter line. Won't matter as she's blocked, and Notre Dame's defense starting to wake up here, Regina.
Yeah, they are. The block party's starting again for Notre Dame, and I think they're ready for that 2-ball coming out from Mia Moore. She had 3 blockers on her right there.
Yeah, I'll take that back. She was a front row player. It didn't matter that she was over the line. Now they'll attack Moore out with Cordes. Her swing blocked off the antenna. Notre Dame on a 4-0 run now.
And Cordes, I mean, that's, again, you know, a freshman outside. I love that she's swinging big against, you know, Clemson's block's been pretty solid tonight. And, you know, sometimes you see a younger player being a little bit more hesitant, but I love that she's just kind of going right after it.
I don't think Notre Dame has a setter on the floor for this rotation. They do not. Out to Naji, getting creative with all hitters. And Sant cannot time that off the net. Now, 2 years ago, that would have hit the ceiling. But here in New Jersey, it stays in, and Clemson needs a breather. It's a reverse of the opening set as Notre Dame on a 5-0 run takes us to break here at 10. Closing in on program records if she picks up a few more massive matches. And Gardy is on pace if this one goes long. 8 kills on 1 error thus far tonight. Gardy with 7 matches with 20 or more kills. 4 of her last 8 have picked up those numbers. And of course, it helps that Notre Dame has gone 5. a few more times than Clemson and other teams.
Right, absolutely. And, you know, Gardy only being a sophomore right now, it just, you know, the sky's the limit as far as, like, how she's going to grow as a player.
Meanwhile, May Cordes comes off the bench, picks up another side-out kill, 3 kills on 4 swings in that rotation for the freshman.
And all smiles, and I love how Coach Rockwell, she was the first person to celebrate that with her, which is, it's so cool, especially, you know, this is a big match for a freshman player.
That's a good problem to have when you're cycling through 6'4" freshmen in Naji, 6'3" freshman in Cordes, and then you've got your 2 6'3" middles as Anna Bjork cleans up this poor pass, and Clemson's passing has started to deteriorate here this set.
It really has. It's not, you know, it's not as controlled and relaxed as it was in the first set, and now, you know, they're in a little bit of a hole, and they really have to clean up defensively to get back in this set.
Casey Alexander. Graf dug out to Gardy. She'll slip it down under the block, and Notre Dame's on a 7-1 run, almost doubling up Clemson this set.
Yeah, and this is probably Notre Dame's strongest rotation right here. You know, Gardy just got to the front row. They're going to feed her a lot, especially when their defense is playing well.
Short serve to Hansen. Needing one from McGrath, and there's her first kill in quite some time, her second of the night.
Much needed, especially for Clemson. They needed a side out right here and kind of get back in. And, you know, McGrath, the first set, she was the one who kind of started that big momentum shift for Clemson, and I'd like to see her do it here because this is probably one of Clemson's strongest lineups.
Tigers took the first set 25-20. Over to Gardy. Gordon almost hung in there long enough, but again, a first ball side out. The numbers have to be skyrocketing in that category for Notre Dame.
Oh, absolutely. And look how she's just going out kind of wide. Nice away swing. See how she finishes kind of that thumb down right at her side. That's a hard angle to hit.
Bring in Langer with Bjork at the service line. Gordon roofed. Talk about 6'4", the freshman from Dallas, and Jean Naji.
Yeah, Naji's just kind of, you know, yeah, I did that. She's a little nonchalant about it, and I love it. I mean, she's puts up a massive block.
Freshman's third block. Second this set. There's been a reversal of storylines in the set as McGrath comes out of the back row, picks up the kill.
I love that swing by McGrath, you know, kind of setting her up on the right side a little bit, back row. She's able to kind of finish body line towards that deep zone 1 corner. You know, the setter's coming from that side, and, you know, they started shifting a little early.
That's a great serve, and it sets up the overpass kill by O'Kerr. One middle helps out the other there.
That's right, and Clemson, they needed this kind of momentum shift to kind of get them settled back into the set. I'm not sure, you know, what was going on, like, mentally when they started this set, but, you know, I think they're starting to figure it out a little bit more.
Down by 5. Fenton has been a catalyst setting. Does this stay in from Gordon? It did, but it is quickly put down by Naji.
Yeah, Naji said, you know, even if it does come over, I'll finish this right here. Thank you for the set. And then look, oh, great pickup by Hansen. Oh, nice save. And then Naji was ready. Even with O'Kerr up there in her face. Great cut.
That's a really smart swing. So many players will recycle that into an offensive possession. O'Kerr tips on her first slide of the night. Gildon, her 9th dig. First of the set, though, for Gildon. Taking her some time. How about that sharp angle? Gardy's got Gildon running in circles.
Yes, I love when an attacker takes it over on 2. I love it. You know, nice dig by the libero back there by Dockery, and then just, you know, great heads up. Gardy just went up and swung on that ball. Clemson's not ready.
It's great to see the improvements. Only 59 sets played last year for Gardy. She averaged 3 kills a set. Now an all-ACC surefire. To pop over the joust. Langer takes a rare swing, and she'll terminate for her first kill.
Yeah, Langer, she was up in the air with the setter. Clemson just not quite ready to handle that off shot.
A timeout called.
However, it's tough.
Yeah, we'll talk more at the halfway point here as Louisville and Georgia Tech dueling tonight. We'll get you a score update They start in about 10 minutes. Selection Sunday, just 9 days away. Louisville comes here to Clemson and finishes against Pitt and Stanford. It is an awesome gauntlet to finish the year for the top of the conference.
It really is. I'm excited to, kind of lounge around and watch a lot of volleyball in the next week.
Yeah, certainly have to get your ESPN Plus subscription. Here's Lucy Trump coming out of the McGrath kill. It's a moon ball. Set up for Baker, the freshman, out to Gardy. One-handed, terrific dig by Dockery. I feel like Clemson needs this long rally to go their way. And it will. Marathon point earned by the Tigers all around. I think everyone got a touch.
Yes, absolutely, and definitely well earned. I do love the moon ball action, though. I think it gives your defense time to set up. Also gives their defense time to maybe overthink that easy pass. But yes, much needed for Clemson right there, and good effort by Notre Dame.
A smart decision by Gordon to not reach over the plane, as tempting as it is. Free ball comes. Oh, miscommunication between Sant and O'Kerr. Now to Moore. She'll reach for high hands and get it. Coach Simpson here doing her best line judge job there on the sideline.
That's right, and Salima, I think she wasn't happy. She had a finger wag. No, I'm not sure, but looks like she's asking her team.
Oh, that's not even close, Regina. We're gonna get a challenge here from Notre Dame, and I think we got to see the impact of
Notre Dame is challenging a block touch.
Little home court advantage. You get the coach right in front of the line judge, and you might get an arm up every once in a while.
Yeah, absolutely. You have to bait a line judge a little bit here and there. I can respect that.
So you can get a zoomed-in look. This may be the easiest review of all time.
Yes, this should go quickly. I think it should definitely be a reversal of points here.
So each coach gets 2 challenges. You retain if you win, and if you are down to 1 or none, you get 1 into the 5th set. As Wade Brent's having to just verify how many feet this missed a touch from. From our angle, which is on the side that you guys can see with the cameras, you couldn't really tell.
No.
Whether it was close or not. It did look like maybe it was at that arm length.
Right.
But here's one more look.
Yeah, there's absolutely no touch on that ball.
That's a hilarious call, objectively.
Sorry. Ball is reversed. No touch. Point Notre Dame.
All right, so Salima wins the challenge, retains, and Notre Dame running away with this second set after Clemson had full control in the first. This is kind of what you get at this point in the season. 6 wins against 4 wins, playing for a lot of pride and playing time into next year. They pass by McGrath on Gardy's big serve. And a perfect angle. Gordon leads the way with 7 kills.
It's beautiful. When Clemson's in system like that, they can put the ball away. They struggled a bit defensively to start off this set, dug themselves in a hole. So whatever happens at the end of this set, Clemson's got to be able to pass and got to be able to get that ball to Sant.
McGrath into the front row with her fellow Mia. As Claire Luma serves. Serve receive has been on point for Notre Dame, but Cordes makes an error as McGrath and Moore help out in that front row. It's Moore with the block.
Yes, love that. And O'Kerr and Nia Moore right here. There was a little hole in the block, but Nia Moore is out there guarding that line. It's a great block, great stuff.
6-foot senior out of Frisco, Texas, will be honored on Sunday. Senior Day here on ACC Network. Langer, olayed by Sant. Baker gets it right back. You can start to see the composure Ever since Baker has kind of stepped into that A role this set, it has been all Irish.
Oh, absolutely. I think they're just getting into a better flow. But, I mean, Baker's been setting here for a while. And, you know, that hitter-setter connection is so important. And, you know, it takes a while to kind of bring a setter back in that's been out and kind of get that same flow.
There's a first ball side out. You're talking about Maya Baker. She's played all but one set this season. As the fans section gets in on this, take a look at this first ball side out.
Yeah, I mean, Mia Moore, this is the Mia Moore I love to see. She's not afraid to swing big. She found that tiny hole in the block and was able to swing through the seam.
Oh, the Notre Dame block has now 4 in this set and 4 points away from a split into intermission.
Notre Dame really settled back into their block. I think they're a little less frantic, worried about what kind of ball Clemson's going to send over, and they're just worried about staying disciplined right now, going out to close.
Brings in Lucy Trump. Big ace specialist a year ago with 28, but she just has 2 this season. Or check that, 31 this season. Completely missed that one. So she leads the team in aces, misses that swing long. Clemson still hanging in there. A couple points make this set competitive as Addie Raines delivers the ace, and Raines is on a roll. 20 aces on the year.
I think you called that one, Daniel. Clemson they needed that ace right here, and I think they can really get themselves back in this set.
The combination of Raines and Luma, the 2 sophomore DSs, have been extremely fun to watch this season. To Naji, pushes it through to Luma. Oh, no one waiting for that one, and it's going to be a gift falling on the side of Naji. McGrath just pulled off a heist.
Yes, and you know, you can tell she kind of over-rotated her hips a little bit, overset that ball. I don't think Naji recognized it.
Cordes, right on cue. Right back into rhythm for Notre Dame, 22-18.
I'm really excited to watch Cordes grow. Just right here in this set, even how she's grown in this set. But the ability to, you know, she was just blocked line. She went back to the line on a power hit.
She's got 3 matches with 10 kills, but has not eclipsed that 10-kill mark. 4 in this set for Cordes. Hansen, she's been quiet this set. That's her first kill of the frame. Gets Clemson back within 3.
She has been quiet, and I love her better on this kind of 3-ball set. You know, I think has a little more space on the court to aim for, and it shows right there. She had pretty much half of the backcourt open.
McGrath, part of that 8-0 service run in the first set. Got to get through the Gardy swing, and Gildon handles it. Oh, Gordon wants a touch, not going to get it. Coach Keir not sure she's going to use the challenge and will not, so Notre Dame 2 points from the set. There's Coach Keir next to the new assistant in Mo McKenney, formerly Mo Simmons, all-conference star with the Tigers.
Super great standout player here for Clemson.
Feed by Denton. Hansen, 1 foot. Clemson gets to 20, keeps it tight.
Listen, when they can connect on that slide attack, Hansen's unstoppable.
19 Turkish championships 4 years ago, and then Nilo Kerr goes to Michigan State, enters the portal, and Coach Simpson here remembered her from high school. As Gordon, off a block touch, creates a free ball. Slide for O'Kerr, and it's in. Oh, it flutters in, and Notre Dame has 4 set points.
All Gardy on that one. Just watching her able to turn her body back into the court is, I mean, that's phenomenal.
That was all primed for this place to pop. And the Irish did a good job quieting the crowd as Naji serves for herself. It's a rarity. And Clemson able to keep the set alive.
Clemson just able to hang around a little bit longer. You know, this set isn't over yet. Notre Dame with the set point, but Clemson, you know, keeping as much momentum as they can on their side.
Naji has served all season. They're trying to reserve the substitutions. How about that swing? Off balance, off center, out of this world. Morgan Gardy wins the set.
Naji has been swinging really well,
Yep.
and then even, you know, the freshman outside, like getting her the ball too, just kind of spreading it across as much as you can.
Yeah, Cordis and Naji combined for those 6 kills in the second set. If they can get that production from those two, and then 6 alone from Gardy, who that's where she's averaging here with 12 kills, as the first point given to Clemson on a service error. Brings Okur into the front row, Hansen to serve. That's a strong serve. Tough opportunity for Fenton, who can't set up Naji, and it's 2-0.
Yeah, she just kind of was able to get a little hand on the ball, but Naji just not able to react fast enough to save it. But, I mean, Kate Hansen has such a powerful serve. It's got a lot of movement.
15th ace of the season for Hansen. He keeps it low to the net. Great touch by Okur on that tip by Bjork. This is going outside, and it's long. A rare error. The first since the first for Morgan Gardy.
Very rare. And you know what? Clemson's block wasn't even ready. And I think, you know, she would have been able to swing low to the tape, but I think, you know, she's kind of still testing the block out a little. Clemson might come back firing with their block party. This is their side of the court, they like.
That's a good point. They had 6 blocks in the first set, and the service run by Hansen has been strong. Free ball for Sant. Perhaps perfection on that tip from Gordon.
And this is what Clemson has been doing all season. They're utilizing all of the shots that they have. You know, they're not going to powerhouse swing every point. They're going to mix it up, keep you on your toes.
Fourth serve for Hansen in this rotation, and an attack error by Gardy. Out of sorts out of the intermission. When you're a team like Clemson, you can kind of smell the blood in the water early. How do you capitalize?
Well, right now it starts with Kate Hansen's serve. She's got to keep it in play, and Clemson has to stay steady in their defensive game. And I think that's been part of their entire season, part of their game plan.
I think I've seen as much of a 10-0 run to start a set. And when it's cooking, it's clicking, as Gardy shows a little frustration with that pound and swing.
That's right. And you can tell Clemson's picking on her a little bit. They're forcing her to pass and then transition out to hit, which is a lot to ask for. And she said, you know what, I've had enough. Let's just put it away.
I love the added stakes of a sold-out crowd. Just brings a little bit extra oomph to this match.
That's right. It's standing room only over here, too.
Yeah, there are about a dozen people standing on the end line. And how about this firefight at the net? Gordon whips it in with topspin.
Yeah, she did a little point at the crowd for that one. That one's for you. And that's that deep corner that she loves, that deep corner shot. It's been working for her. If I'm Kaya Gordon, I'm going to keep swinging deep until they adjust.
I'll tell you, we've been a part of a handful of the matches this year, and this might be the first full crowd that Gordon's been able to play in front, which obviously brings out the showman and the Belizean. Couldn't get a roll off the tape. Popped over, nicely done by Langer, her second kill.
Oh man, she's hoping for that friendly roll, but I love that Notre Dame was kind of able to settle down a little bit and just go back up for that. Yeah, right here, Notre Dame did such a good job kind of resetting in their defensive phase and able to take advantage of that overpass.
The two middles are interchangeable. They both have exactly 1 kill per set and 1.2 blocks per set between Bjork and Langer. And now a shank pass gives Baker the ace, and Notre Dame has cut the lead down to 3.
Yep, Notre Dame's not going to go away easy in this set. They played such a seamless second set. And I think they're just going to kind of slowly, you can see Coach Rockwell kind of settling everybody down a little bit on the sidelines.
To Gordon. And a nice run up, and Dockery is there. Gardy tools the block. Starting to feel like she may be taking more and more swings as the night goes on.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, they're going to keep feeding her. She is such a strong hitter. You know, I know she had a couple hitting errors right there in the beginning of the set, but I mean, for the most part, she is their most consistent and terminating hitter on the court.
The Tigers can just side out efficiently. That's another story. Trump helps out with the block, and Notre Dame has now eclipsed Clemson, 9-8 in block total.
Yeah, and this is, Daniel, kind of what we were expecting going into this match is Notre Dame to take control over the blocking aspect of the game.
Service error keeps Clemson a nose in front, but talk more about Gardy. She was the first Irish player ever to start a season with 22 straight double-digit kill matches.
Wow.
Snapped a couple matches ago, so she has 10 or more kills in 23 of her 24. Now, 24 of 25.
That's unbelievable. That's truly unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely, and that's what you want in a player.
I mean, you see off nights from everyone. Maybe not Flor Heredia Cologne from Miami, but everyone else has an off night.
Everyone else in the league, yes.
Gardy has not had many. She is on tonight. Tips at the net, handled by Sant. Moore pops it off the block, and it's kept alive nicely by Trump. Straight down.
I mean, it's incredible the amount of back-to-back-to-back sets that she gets, and she's still able to, push when needed, and then able to step in and terminate the ball right when her team needs it the most. Like now they're within one.
6'5" sophomore from Angola, Indiana. Forces Luma to dive, and banana system feed to Moore. Walk me through how difficult that is, because when you're trying to read it over your shoulder, as a lefty too.
Yeah, it's so difficult, especially out of system. You almost want to set your approach up, even further back so you can do that nice, slow to fast step. That gather step is really important on those out of system balls. And they're difficult. They're really difficult.
And Gardy backs it up with an ace off the tape. That is her 29th of the season. Second on the team by 1, trailing Trump.
Let's just say I would not want to be on the receiving end of that serve.
Clemson has put together 4 wins here in their last 7 matches. And the serve tails long, tied at 8.
Daniel, I'm just really amazed at the athleticism of Gardy, who we just talked about for a minute. She's, playing 6 rotations, she's swinging powerhouse balls in the front row, and then she goes back to do however many top spin serves that she can.
It's Cordes who rotates into the left side, and she softly finds the line.
Yes, and Cordes, I love that she's kind of challenging Clemson's line a little bit. It's the setter's coming from over there. You want to try to, force that transition spot, kind of miscommunication.
It's pretty incredible, Virginia. You go from 6'5" in Gardy to 6'3" in Cordes, and they're without their 6'4" Texas transfer in Helmers. And it's just a litany of treetops that these teams have to face, and there's a reason why Notre Dame is able to compete with the Pitts and the North Carolinas.
Oh, absolutely. They're bigger in stature, and they're just able to be more effective on the net.
However, after the error by Cordes, we're even again. Important third set. And the blocks have not fallen for Clemson since that big first, as this is curved into the corner by Cordes.
And, I'm starting to wonder if it's, Rockwell telling her to go that line a little bit. Cordes is really forcing it. And, because Clemson's defense isn't set up to take away that line.
When we get to talk to the coaches, they sometimes will give us insider information that, of course, we do not share. And one thing that Rockwell mentioned is that Clemson struggles defending the line. And that's objectively the way that they want to approach things, as McGrath frustrated that she missed the swipe there.
And I think that's, A+ check for Notre Dame in their scouting report, and able to officially
over to McGrath, coming out from the inside, a one-handed dig by Gardy. She's got 6 digs now. Through the block, no touch. Cordes with the error gets Clemson back within 1.
Right idea. She's going to go line until it's not effective anymore. You can tell Clemson's defense, they're still not shifting all the way line. So I wonder if they're just going to anticipate it a little bit and kind of shade the line and just be ready for it.
Now a reception error by Cordis. The freshman took her eye off the ball. Simple as that, we're tied.
Yeah, and you got to think, you know, senior server back here. Maybe she's going to pick on the freshman a little bit more.
McGrath has had a terrific night at the service line. And Cordis with a keen eye to let it tail wide.
Great watch down there.
We've got eyes on number 18 as Cardi works her way, stalking into that front row. She carries a presence at 6'5". To Gordon. Connection has not been pure from Sant to her hitters. And that's a terrific dive out of the way as Gardy went into the net nevertheless, and Clemson ties it again.
Yes, that is a nice kind of matrix little duck move by Gordon out there.
McGrath, always the entertainer. Certainly be a presence missed after this season for the senior class. Najee pulls the block. Clemson has gotten that close on a few of those line blocks.
They really have, and I think right now they're just a little too eager going out there for the block. They really have to, you know, stay disciplined and turn their bodies back in the court.
Gordon directions perfectly to Gardy. She's on her way to a double-double. And potentially another 20-kill performance. She's got 16 and 7 thus far.
And I don't even think, Daniel, she took her full approach out here. You know, she's forced to pass that ball, kind of shuffle, step back, but she's still able to bang her right in the corner.
Notre Dame off the heels of a 4-set loss against Miami and a 5-set loss against Florida State. And now sliding under the net there. Could not keep alive from Sant. 4 touches on Clemson, and it'll take us.
These 5 seniors, they're pivotal to what she's trying to grow here. And just their energy, their presence on the court, and obviously, you know, the stats that they bring to the team will definitely be missed, and, you know, it'll be a hard void to fill next season.
Mill O'Kerr in her first season, she's made an impact, already set her own single-season blocking number with over 80. Excited with a rematch against Syracuse on Tuesday as Gardy into the tape gets Clemson within 1.
And, you know, O'Kerr, she's, you know, Clemson's block has, you know, kind of struggled a little bit until she got here. And I think because she is a true middle blocker, not using her as much offensively, she's just kind of, you know, rallied this team back into blocking.
Oh, what a bombing swing. Catches the back tape from Gardy. 16 kills now.
And she can put it anywhere on the court, too, Daniel. She's able to change so quickly. You know, she's able, not just a body line swinger, she's able to, you know, have a nice away swing to hit that zone 4 spot, cross body, you know, to swing line. Very effective.
Served by Baker. In system to Gordon. She swings with her whole body, doesn't she?
Yeah, she does. I mean, and she can hit anywhere on the court, too. Let's be real. It's always so fun watching, like, pin hitters battle because they're not, you know, across the net from each other like middle blockers. But, I mean, just back-to-back, just straight through the seam kills. It's fun to watch.
Talk to Coach Kier. It was a rare NJCAA to Clemson transfer. You don't see that amongst any sport here on campus. But Coach opened her email, saw a note from a Asia Daily style player in her inbox, and now 1 more year of Kaya Gordon coming as Luma delivers her second ace, and Clemson evens it at 16. Luma now with ace in 4 of 5 matches. As we remind you, check out the all-new ESPN app.
The crowd loves a good ace, too. Got free shirts going around.
I've seen some people in the crowd using the ESPN app to lock in, whether it's the ACC Volleyball tournament. Maybe you're watching Louisville, Georgia Tech as well, just down the way, 2 hours away at O'Keefe. As did that land in? What an angle!
It did. Is incredible. I was speechless for a second, to be honest.
18 kills for number 18 in blue. Notre Dame celebrated a massive soccer win yesterday. Or check that, they were upset by Ohio State. Notre Dame, the #1 team in the nation.
I need to get up with my soccer game here, my soccer knowledge. That's, wow.
Yeah, it's been a really exciting tournament as the #1 seed Vanderbilt trailing to Clemson right now in Vandy, also on ESPN+. So if you've got that multi-view, you can catch all the action. Clemson won late last week in their first-round meeting with Liberty, goal from Taylor Leib. So we'll keep you updated. A lot of sports going on.
Such a fun time of the year. I was just going to say these crossover sports. You can just watch a little bit of everything.
You can also watch Mia McGrath tie it up. Just like that, crunch time here in this pivotal third set.
Yes, and she's been, I mean, senior season loading. Like when you need it, here she comes. I love that she's a consistent hitter. I like that she keeps it into play, but every once in a while, she still has the ability to terminate the ball.
Clemson basketball playing in Charleston right now against West Virginia. So the athletic departments are in full swing here in crossover season as Notre Dame down the line to side out there from Trump.
That's a fantastic swing by Trump. I like that they're still attacking the line on both ends of the net against Clemson right now.
Point here at 19-18. McGrath on a give and go, covered by Luma. Oh, Sam did not have that one lined up, but it works out. The cover by Luma sets things up, and then Raines gets congratulated on her cover.
That's right. It started with Luma right there and Raines, and I love how just everybody instantly goes in and was like, great job to every part of it. You know, great coverage. Notre Dame just wasn't able, great touch on the block, just weren't able to keep it alive.
1st to 6 takes a key edge in this match. Shank pass, popped over, saved by Dockery. That could be massive. Najee sets it down, and Notre Dame comes out of nowhere on that point.
Wow, and Najee, I'm pretty sure she just took a 1-2 step and go up for that ball. You know, she's traditionally a right side hitter, but she's stuck right here on the left side, and she's just able to, you know, barely take an approach, just 1-2 up, big power swing.
Clemson will use their first timeout, and when you watch that replay, what part of you thinks, and they fell to Penn State, new head coach in Dan Meskey, and another duo of tremendous blockers with Sherman and Cressy coming to town. Here's a scramble point. Who else but Gardy for her 20th?
I love it. I love that she just took that ball right into the empty court. Nice, easy play. Easy side out for Notre Dame. Great heads up. Clemson's still transitioning, trying to get into their spot.
4 points away from a 2-1 set lead for Notre Dame. Coming out of the middle, Gordon, handled by Dockery. She's been tremendous. 16 digs for Kaylee Dockery. Trying to cue it up for Gardy. Well done. And then McGrath denied by the tape, and all that effort squandered. Notre Dame 3 points away from the set.
Can we just give a little bro shout out right here? My goodness, Dockery's all over the court for Notre Dame right now. And then even a great dig by Gildon right there in McGrath. She just couldn't capitalize on it.
Gotta have this one, Gordon. How about Lily Fenton? She has come off the bench, did not play in set 1, and has led this Notre Dame team as Clemson uses their final timeout. Look at that smile.
2 sets, and I think that's also made a big difference.
Alexander, a short serve, the senior from Oregon. Gardy says, not on my watch there from Hansen, but then Hansen puts some power into it. Keeps the set alive.
Yeah, Hansen put a little mustard on that one. She's ready to go back to serve now. She's been really strong serving in this match. And I know Notre Dame has set point right here, but Clemson's still not out.
Yeah, we were tied at 19. Notre Dame went on a 5-0 run. Gardy. Oh, off the tape.
To cheat over to which pin hitter they're expecting them to set.
Well, most of this crowd has stuck around, hoping to see if Clemson can force a fifth. Something they have not done all conference season. Now to Naji. Ooh, a whiff there from the freshman. And Clemson, as they have done in every set, take the first point.
Yeah, and Naji, you kind of forget that she is a freshman because of how powerful she is and how, really smooth transition-wise she is on the court. But, I think just her kind of like easing back into like her powerhouse swing and being a little more confident.
Popped over by Gardy. Free ball given right back. How's that for a dig by Kaya Gordon? Pinball effect, popped over on three. Bjork ends a chaotic point with a soft touch.
Yes, a lot of just kind of jabbing at the ball there, keep it in play. Bjork, she did have to like hang on that ball a little bit to get it over, but much needed for both sides to kind of regroup.
And that's been the story here tonight. After Clemson took the first set, it has been terminal from Notre Dame. And there is terminal from Hansen, her 8th kill.
Yeah, when she really drives off of that left leg in that slide approach, she can swing the ball anywhere. And I love that cut shot. I love when a slide approach doesn't just take the easy line, but they're able to turn it back cross.
This from Naji is ruled off the antenna, and she is immediately protesting. But Coach Rockwell knows challenges this early are unadvised.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's just kind of see how this set plays out a little bit. And, those are hard to tell anyways.
We talked about Hansen's serve. It's a good rotation for Clemson, but everything is a good rotation for Gardy.
It is, and I love her demeanor on the court. She's just kind of really even keel. And I feel like you definitely need a player like that on the court, especially like a dominant player. She's doing a lot of things, and she's just kind of, keeping the pace for the Notre Dame team.
That's saved from going out from Raines. And again, a soft touch third swing. No one on Notre Dame's side is hitting it soft from the pins, and we're tied at 3.
Gardy was winding up ready to take control of that ball. And just props to Notre Dame's defense right now, though. They're digging some balls and scramble plays and able to make their offense just unbelievable right now.
Well, there's the story. If you saw that number, total attacks was almost identical, but Notre Dame has 16 more kills than Clemson, and they almost have the same amount of errors. And it just comes down to finishing the points.
Absolutely, it really does. And Notre Dame's just, they're being a little bit more aggressive offensively in their attacking, and that's the difference between them and Clemson.
I want to give a shout out to our entire crew here. Our graphics operator, Seth Robertson. We're produced by Easton Smith and directed by Connor Bostic. All season long, especially during crossover season, these crews are working overtime. As Langer pops it over on 3. O'Kerr has not had the finishing touch here tonight. Gordon seeking high hands, cannot find it. We're tied at 4.
I love that rally right there, watching Coach Rockwell yell, "Get back, get back!" Saving that ball, that's the pass went directly over the net. Notre Dame did a great job of resetting, though, and getting back defensively.
Salima is ageless over there after helping Penn State win 4 championships as an assistant coach. The Russ Rose era. She went into broadcasting, became the #1 broadcaster alongside Paul Sunderland, calling multiple Final Fours, and then the national championship matches year after year, the Olympics a couple years ago in 2024 for Rockwell, and now back into coaching. It's been a journey.
Yeah, and at this point, what doesn't she do? She also custom builds houses on the side.
Right. And an ace. Luma shooting out some celebrations. Clemson takes a 6-4 lead.
Clemson's looking to get the crowd involved. I think, you know, playing in such a nice, like, tight-knit volleyball arena, it's, you know, the fans are really going to help push you and push you and push you, and Clemson needs this.
Oh, that block was there, but a better swing from the right pin from Trump.
Yeah, great swing by Trump. I love that she's still challenging the block. You know, she's not afraid to hit off of those high hands and get a deflection.
5 kills now for Lucy Trump. Time with Naji. A little bit more balance shown lately in this offense. Playing without Sydney Helmers as this does not get over the net from Cordis. Tigers are hanging in there despite not the flashiest of play.
Yeah, definitely. And Cordis, you know, she had such a tough angle. The ball's actually coming from behind her and over her right shoulder, and it was really hard for her to get a nice attack on the ball.
In system, Baker cues up Bjork. Great dig by Luma. Silky smooth hands from Baker. Moore wants it. Oh, the set was out of her reach, and it's blocked by Cordis.
Yeah, that set was so inside for Moore. I wish she would have just taken that first step transition to the ball and able to adjust. She just couldn't and had to try to make a play on the ball. It just didn't work out.
Sant out of sorts now as Clemson has relinquished the lead on a poor pass, tied at 7.
Yeah, and honestly, Dana, like, this is where Clemson is struggling. If they're not getting the pass to Sant, she's not able to run the offense effectively enough.
Well, there's a Tiger bounce, and it is, I'll tell you what, quietly 12 service errors compared to 2. Notre Dame has shot themselves in the foot. They just haven't paid for it since the first set.
Right, absolutely. I think they were kind of in the driver's seat a little bit offensively. That missing that many serves didn't really matter.
Meanwhile, Louisville took the first set by 2 at Georgia Tech. There's a terrific swing from the back row. Notre Dame has been able to find Gardy regardless of where she is, and both setters have done it.
Yeah, they have, absolutely. And I'm just surprised that she's able to take so many swings and still have this much power. Like, she's just, it's like she's built for it.
McGrath has had a struggle out of system. Notre Dame's defense, a lot of the credit there. Free ball chance, Fenton. Naji, that's long, just long, and Clemson survives the marathon point.
Yeah, it almost seemed like they were looking to go back to Gardy maybe one more time. So that set into Naji was also pulled really far inside for her to adjust on that, and it's just missed long.
Brings up McGrath into that top point scoring rotation for the Tigers. Somehow, maybe the dig of her lifetime there from Gordon. Another cover, nicely done. Gardy gears up and misses. And that's a momentum point for the Tigers.
Oh, absolutely. Check out the dig by Gordon. I think she may have been surprised about that. And her poor left hand, like, she's still laughing about it.
Yeah, Gordon's left hand is pretty much 70% unavailable, wrapped up using just a couple fingers. Able to somehow dig that. The pick up by Raines, popped over on 2, and Sant creates a net violation, but it's caused by Catherine Sant.
Yeah, Sant, you can tell she's almost a little bit confused. It looks like she wanted to tip. Instead of going with her left hand, she went with her right hand and just caught right inside the net in the follow through. Tough break.
Slide for Hansen. That was also a little bit miscommunicated, but then Kate defensively with her first block in a while.
Yeah, and Kate's, just kind of getting back in. She stayed a little quiet. They're not passing well enough to set her right now. And I think, she's trying to make up for it, blocking, and it's helped.
Tanaji, roofed. No, it lands out. Gordon started her celebration. Hansen staring down the line judge. I couldn't get a good look at it.
Same. Our angle is really hard, but if you see...
Yep.
Oh, yeah,
Out.
Definitely out, yes.
Definitely some regalia purple in the way between the ball and the line there. One-point set. Clemson needs it to keep the night going, and Gardy, 25 kills, wanted a touch. Didn't matter, it was in.
It didn't matter. I need like a shot chart of every spot on the court she's hit. It is, I swear she's hit every part of the court right now. That's incredible how versatile she is.
And I think one of my favorite terms in this sport is hitting cone. And Morgan Gardy's hitting cone is so wide, she can find any area.
She really can. And I don't know if it's because of just her height, the visibility she has, just the quickness of her transition out to the net so she can take a quick look before she starts her approach. Maybe a little bit of everything. Great coaching.
12-11 Clemson. Just side-outing their way through this set. These two teams were even again on the Langer kill.
Yeah, Kerr just couldn't hang with Langer right there. Unfortunate, because she was right with her, just mistimed it.
It's really been Anna Bjork who has carried the weight offensively tonight with 6 kills, no errors. But Langer hanging in there, averaging that 1 kill set. And there's O'Kerr, who has just 1 kill all night, finally doubles her total.
And it's much needed, and especially because she is just a middle blocker, but when she and Sant connect like this, she's incredible. She's unstoppable. She hits right on that outside arm of the blocker and is able to put it in the open space.
Brings in Luma, serving specialist. 2 aces tonight. It's an out-of-system ball to Gardy. Nearly picked up a point out of that. Good touch by Moore. Sets things up for McGrath. Dockery's got 25 digs tonight. Moore, did she take an extra step to get that?
She did. I think she really did. And she needed it. She needed that extra step and just was able to swipe through the hands of the block. And I mean, that's tough. She hadn't even transitioned all the way out.
That's the second assist for McKenna Gildon. How about this? 8 non-setter assists for Clemson. They have done well out of system.
They have. And that's, traditionally they have struggled a little bit out of system unless, it's in the hands of Sam.
Meanwhile, the Notre Dame attack error on Trump takes us into a media timeout. Pitt and Stanford all starting on Sunday here on the ACC Network. Meanwhile, here in Jervey, things are getting interesting. Back to Trump after her error. Clemson playing scrappy defense. One of the conference's best in digs leads to a kill.
I love that, and you can hear the team literally right before she's about to swing, they all yell line, and she just turns that nice crossbody swing out of system. Hey, she even has a nice little slide approach into that.
McGrath, 7 kills. Clemson on a 4-0 run behind Claire Luma, sophomore out of Wisconsin. Back row, Gardy into the meat of the net. And Clemson leads 17-12.
Little low of a set right there for Gardy. She was ready to explode on that, but it just wasn't quite at the height she needed to really get it over the net. The most possible. Don't let her get comfortable and take her full, beautiful approach.
Tough pass from McGrath. She'll have to fling a free ball to the front row where Dockery awaits. Cordes, the freshman. Oh, no one there in the front row after a great block touch, and Notre Dame surges ahead by 3.
And I was expecting Cordes to kind of maybe throw that ball line, but I love that she went for hands. I love that, just challenging it a little bit, and Clemson gave her a little line.
Lucy Trump, top server on the team, creates a tough out-of-system ball, and Cordes is lined up for more. She wanted more.
That Notre Dame block, it's from freshman all the way through the lineup. My goodness, that was Notre Dame. A lot of everything, sorry.
Top server on the team looking to close it out. Lucy Trump targets Gildon. Oh, an awkward pass out to Moore. Sets things up, out of system for Naji, straight through the block, and this is the Irish team that tore their way through 2 sets in a lead against Pitt and North Carolina.
Yeah, and I think this is, great swing out here by Naji. She's able to take that first step into the ball, and it's like Coach Rockwell said, it's almost like just a redemption 5th set for this Notre Dame team.
Notre Dame hitting 583 in the set. Just 1 attack error. To Moore. That's needed for the hosts.
Yes, and that's something that Coach Rockwell talked about, finding an answer for Moore when she gets on fire like she has right now. And you can see her on the sideline. She's telling her team, slow it down, slow it down.
9 kills for Mia Moore. She'll rotate out. McGrath into the front row with Sant. Good serve by Raines. To Naji. Straight through the block, and Chichi Naji adding herself into that trio of 8-kill performers for the Irish.
And I love it. Just another freshman just kind of sticking with it, doing her job. She had some hitting errors, a few struggles early on, but, as much power as she has, she's just really found her way to swing through this Clemson block.
And here's Alexander. Hansen on the slide, almost ricocheted up off the knee of Dockery. That's how good of a night the libero has had.
Yes, that's been incredible. Dockery's had so many amazing saves and digs, but Kate Hansen just really put this away. Right behind the 3-meter line.
Regina, she is now Clemson's leading scorer. Hansen with 12 kills, 6 blocks. McGrath. Clemson needs a run here, down 4. Not a lot of room for error. Speaking of errors, they started to tally up for Gardy.
Yeah, been great watch by the defense. Mia McGrath pretty much had to completely duck out of the way. Great listening to your teammates saying it was out.
Silence here in Derby. How's that? A 4-to-4 angle for Gardy.
Yeah, I think that will silence this Clemson crowd just a little bit more. The angle of that shot and how she's able to hit that it's beyond belief. Look at this, just cutting through, right? Gordon couldn't, people coming in for Louisville especially, and then Syracuse.
Slide for Hansen. In system, bumped, no, Bjork took that. Naji didn't have many options as Gordon misses on the swing. She has not taken a swing all set, and Notre Dame with 5 match points now, which does mean Gardy will not break her own record as she sits with 32 kills. Still a new ACC mark in Notre Dame history books, as Hansen creates a net violation, and it's 14-10 on her 13th kill.
Yeah, Hansen, I love how effective she is on the slide approach. And I think Notre Dame kind of got a little excited for that block. And you see, number 33, Langer, right there. She was just, got herself caught up a little bit in the net.
Out to Gardy. Number 33 ends the night, and Notre Dame escapes a 5-setter in Clemson.
Hats off to